Shall we? Welcome to DCTV!
Let's get ready to rumble! Y'all ready for this?
Welcome to Destiny Children's TV. We're going to be having so much fun together today. We are so glad that you can join us. We are going to be doing crafts. We're going to be singing songs to Jesus. We're going to be checking out Grandma and Dusty. And we're going to be playing some games together.
Yes, we are. But do you remember, we're in the middle of a teaching series at the moment about Acts chapter 2 and verse 42, which says the believers were devoted to the apostles' teaching, to fellowship, to the breaking of bread or communion, and to prayer. And today we're looking at communion. What does it mean and why was it so important that the Bible says the believers were devoted to it? That means it's really, really important. We're going to come back to that a little later.
But for now, are you ready to sing some songs? Are you ready to do some actions? Are you ready to tell Jesus how awesome he is? And so let's get up on our feet and let's worship him today.
Greatest day in history. Death has beaten you, have rescued me. Sing it out, Jesus is alive. The empty cross, the empty grave, life eternal, you have won the day. Shout it out, Jesus is alive. He's alive. And oh, happy day, happy day, you washed my sin away. Oh, happy day, I'll never be the same. Forever I am changed. When I stand in that place, free at last, meeting face to face, I am yours, Jesus, you are mine. Endless joy and perfect peace, earthly pain finally will cease. Celebrate, Jesus is alive. He's alive. And oh, happy day, you washed my sin away. Oh, happy day, I'll never be the same. Forever I am changed. And oh, what a glorious day, what a glorious way that you have saved me. And oh, what a glorious day, what a glorious name. And oh, happy day, you washed my sin away. Oh, happy day, I'll never be the same. Forever I am changed. I'll never be the same. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. And I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from to earth to show the way. From the earth to the cross, my debt to pay. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky, Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I lift your name on high. Lord, I love to sing your praises. I'm so glad you're in my life. And I'm so glad you came to save us. You came from heaven to earth to show the way. From the earth to the cross, my debt to pay. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky, Lord, I lift your name on high. You came from heaven to earth to show the way. From the earth to the cross, my debt to pay. From the cross to the grave, from the grave to the sky, Lord, I lift your name on high.
Grandma! Grandma!
What is it, Grandad?
Ziggy has put some super glue on one of my darts.
Oh, Grandad, you just can't let it go, can you?
Hi everybody. Hi Grandma.
Hello, Dusty.
I've just seen Grandad in the garden. He's slumped over the lawnmower crying his eyes out. Is he alright?
Oh, he's fine. He's just going through a rough patch.
Oh, I see. Shall we go into the garden, because it's really nice out there?
Oh, okay then. Oh, Grandad, be quiet.
Grandma.
Well, he shouldn't be making all that racket. It's very nice outside, isn't it? Do you like my new ornament, by the way?
Which one, Grandma?
This bird over here. It's made out of oak.
Oh, I wish I had a joke about that.
Yes, that would be nice, wouldn't it?
Oh, we have used this garden so much, and I hope we can keep using it over the summer.
Oh yes, it's been very useful in lockdown, hasn't it? It's meant that we can still see people, even the people you don't want to see, like...
No, Grandma, no. Don't mention any names, please.
Oh, okay. But we'll have to see them at church at some point.
Grandma!
You know, I've been trying my best to make this garden a really nice place to be. But I keep killing all the flowers when I plant them.
Well, Grandma, it's just trowel and error. Hey!
Oh, Dusty.
You're right though, Grandma. This garden has been a great place to make sure we can still see people and keep our community of friends together.
Oh, yes. Did you know that one of our friends was born without eyebrows? And when I finally noticed after years and years of friendship, he wasn't surprised.
Pastor Wes, he told me this week that if I want a stable friendship, I need to get a horse.
Oh, Dusty, that's a terrible joke. We need to start growing our own vegetables now anyway.
What? Why?
Well, because Pastor Steve told me that today's topic was all about onions.
Onions?
Yes, although I didn't have my hearing aid in when he rang. I never do when he's talking, to be honest. All he says is shaboom or awesome or fantastic or something like that.
What did he say though, Grandma?
Well, I think he wanted something to eat because he kept saying something about onions and bread and wine. And we all have to eat it together and remember something.
Hang on a minute. Was he talking about communion?
Oh, yes, maybe that's it.
Not onion, Grandma, communion. You know, let's go over to them now, before you get any more confused.
Oh, okay then, good idea. We'll see you soon, everybody.
Bye!
Oh.
So today we're talking about communion. But what is communion? I mean, why is it that you see on virtual church Apostle Ian holding up some bread and maybe Mama Rachel holding up a cup of juice? Or at the end of church you might remember people going up to a table and getting some food. What is that about? Were they just hungry? Well, let's find out and let's remind ourselves of what Jesus said.
Jesus arrived with the 12 disciples. They sat down to eat, and Jesus said that he was happy to be with everyone. As they were eating, Jesus took some bread and blessed it. He said, "Take it, for this is my body, which is given for you." Jesus told them to do this to help remember him. Then he took a cup of wine and gave thanks to God for it. And he said to his disciples, "This is my blood. It is poured out as a sacrifice to forgive the sins of many."
So communion, or breaking of bread. People are not sharing the bread and the juice or the wine just because they fancied a snack. They're doing it because it's a really important thing that Jesus asked us to do. We're following his example. When he gave the bread and the wine to his followers, he told them that that was representing his body and his blood. And why is that important? Well, when Jesus died, his body was broken for us and his blood was given for us. And what that means is that we can be forgiven for all the wrong things that we have ever done, for all the wrong things we have ever said, even for all the wrong things we have ever thought. God sees it all. And when we say sorry, we are forgiven because of what Jesus did on the cross for us. And so we share in communion. We take the bread and we take the wine and we remember together what Jesus did for us. He has forgiven us for everything we've done wrong, but also he's adopted us into his family. He has given us a new life in him, and that is what we are remembering when we share in communion. That's why the believers were devoted to it. It's something Jesus asked us to do. We're to follow his example. We're to remember what he did. It's really great when we come together as a church to do that together. But also we can do that at all other times too. So as often as you eat a sandwich or drink your juice, we can remember what Jesus has done for us. We can be thankful that we are forgiven and that we have a new life with Jesus. How amazing. So next time we're sharing communion together as a church family, why don't you talk to your grown-ups about you getting involved as well? You can get a cup of juice and a piece of bread and join in as we remember what Jesus has done for us. It's a great moment to say sorry again for the wrong things that we've done and to ask him to help us live the way he wants us to. But also, you can be thankful for Jesus all the time. So whenever you're eating or drinking, whenever you're having your breakfast or your lunch or your tea at home, why don't you remember to say thank you to Jesus?
Got a really quick game for you. What do these things all have in common? Get your thinking caps on. Are you ready? A calendar, an old photograph, and the songs that we sing in church. Can you think? The answer is they all help us to remember something. So a calendar might help us to remember an important event, like going to the dentist. An old photograph might help us to remember people or places that we've been or met. And the songs that we sing in church helps to remind us how awesome God is. That's what we've been looking at today. We've been looking at communion, and when we take communion, it reminds us how amazing God is and the awesome things that he has done for us. Our memory verse today is found in John 1 verse 12, and it says, "To all who believed in him and accepted him, he gave the right to become children of God." Isn't that amazing? That is the thing that we remember every time that we sing those songs, every time that we take part in communion. We are remembering that we get to have that special relationship with God because of what Jesus did on the cross. Let's remind ourselves of that verse again. John 1 verse 12 says, "To all who believed in him and accepted him," that's Jesus, "he gave the right to become children of God." Isn't it great to know that we are adopted into God's family and that we are his children?
She's the craftiest lady in the whole wide world. It's time for Jackie's Craft.
Good morning, everyone. I hope you've had a really good week. Today, because it's summer, I thought we could make this rather fetching little watermelon, because who doesn't like some nice cold watermelon on a really hot day? I'll show you how to make it now. So this one is really simple. So I have made it from a paper plate, but as always, you could just cut out a circle of cardboard, because that's all a paper plate is, really. And I have pre-painted mine because it does take a little while to dry. I've used red on the inner side of the plate and then green on the outside bit. Very, very simple. Once you painted it or decorated it or coloured it in, or however it is that you're dealing with your piece of cardboard, just need to fold it in half. So the colour's on the outside, obviously, otherwise, you know, that would have been a lot of effort for nothing. And then I have some watermelon seeds. So these are just sort of tear-shaped pieces of black paper. You could just draw these on if you wanted to. Alternatively, you can make them out of any colour. They don't have to be black either. So I am putting some on what will be the back of my watermelon. So just with some glue, stick them anywhere you like, really. I mean, we all know there's lots of seeds in watermelon at times. So there we go. Give you a little bit of an idea. And then I'm going to turn this one over and put a face on. So I am using googly eyes, but as always, you can just draw these on. You could use little circles of paper and stick them on. You can do anything, really. And again, just a couple more watermelon seeds for the front. Just be a little careful where you put them on the front, because we don't want it to look like he's crying black tears. And he needs a smile. So I'm just going to draw a nice big smile on my watermelon. And there you go, very, very simple summery craft. So I hope you enjoy making your watermelon and that you have a really wonderful week. And please don't forget to send your pictures and your videos in, whatever you're making or doing this week, to Pastor Steve, because we really do love to see them. Have a good week, everyone. Bye.
She's the craftiest lady in the whole wide world. It's time for Jackie's Craft.
Thank you, Jackie, for another wonderful, wonderful craft, kids. We know that you're going to love making that. So do send those in to steve@destinychurch.co.uk, your pictures, your videos, even send in a shaboom, welcome to Destiny Children's TV, when you get the chance.
Also, remember to head to destinychurch.co.uk. Do you know, every week we create an activity pack for you and we pop it on the internet. So you can head over to destinychurch.co.uk. You'll find today's memory verse, you'll find some colouring, and there's some extra activities there for you too.
And grown-ups, while you're there, you can subscribe to emails. We send out 2 a week. And while you're at YouTube, you can click on the subscribe button, click on the bell to get more great notification from Destiny Wakefield.
So this week, kids, let's remember, whenever we are eating, whenever we are drinking, let's remember what Jesus has done for us. He has forgiven us for all of the wrong things that we have done. And he has given us a new life with him as well. How wonderful. So have a brilliant week, everybody. We are so looking forward to seeing you all soon. Have a great week. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Oh, what a glorious day. What a glorious name. And oh, happy day, you washed my sin away. Oh, happy day, I'll never be the same. Forever I am changed. I'll never be the same.